Well, good morning, everybody. This is Dr. Tom Schlueter with today's Tom's Take. To begin my Tom's Take today, I want to share some really good news. I want to quote from my friend Matt Lockett. Matt Lockett is the executive director of the Justice House of Prayer in Washington, D.C., and also Bound for Life. Let me just give you a little background on Matt and about the Justice House of Prayer. The House of Prayer is located only a couple of blocks away from the U.S. Capitol and the Supreme Court, and is committed to night and day prayer for government and the release of justice in the earth. Bound for Life is a grassroots prayer mobilization movement targeting the ending of abortion, the increase of adoptions, and the reformation of government and society through spiritual awakening. They have been doing marvelous work for many years. Yesterday on Facebook, Matt posted this. I'm beside myself with incredible news. In 2010, we sounded the alarm about the opening of a new Planned Parenthood abortion facility in Houston, Texas. At 78,000 square feet, it would be the largest abortion center in the Western Hemisphere, second largest in the world. Along with Lou Engle, we gathered 10,000 people for a solemn assembly to pray. The following day, Bound for Life mobilized 4,600 saints to pray around the building silently with their life tape. It was red tape with the words life on it. A helicopter captured the moment. Sadly, the facility opened, and countless babies have died in the past 15 years due to their greedy, racist, and murderous agenda. The facility was the subject of undercover videos exposing the sale of aborted baby body parts, but still we prayed. Yesterday we learned that this flagship jewel of Planned Parenthood is closing. Glory to God. He has done great things. He finishes by saying, I remember back in 2010 that multiple people that gathered in Houston told me they had dreams that the Planned Parenthood closed and that the building became an adoption center. In their dreams, the top floor of the building became a house of prayer. Let it be, God. Let it be. I couldn't agree with you more, Matt. Here in Texas, as we have led with the Texas Apostolic Prayer Network, there have been countless numbers of hours and people and resources with prayers poured into seeing the end of this building and of Planned Parenthood in this state. Now, just to give facts behind this, they are kind of realigning themselves, but that building, which has been a monument to death ever since 2010, will be closing at the end of next month. And we rejoice over that here in Texas and in the nation. Let life begin. Let life begin. I remember giving Matt a word a few years back and said, watch soon, Matt, because the Lord will rip that tape off your mouths and you will begin to decree life in the fact that death and abortion have been permanently removed from our nation's history and agenda. Wow. Now, that's not the topic of my Tom's Take, but I had to start with that great news. My topic is what the Lord is doing to bring about these kind of things. He's releasing a firestorm. Let me first share with you that Yesterday morning, Sunday, as I was just waking up, I had a great night's sleep, and I was in that moment of just waking up and being awake when the Lord spoke to me and said, "Get up, Tom, I need to talk to you." And so I quickly put my slippers on and went into the other room, got into my chair, and just listened to him. This is what he spoke to me. "Listen carefully to my words, Tom. Listen carefully, for this is a season when my ecclesia is clearly hearing what I am speaking forth. I am about to sweep over the earth with my fire. It will cleanse, it will purify, it will expose. But it is not meant to destroy. It is meant to rebuild and restore and release transformation. This must be a season when my people are listening to me." I stressed this in yesterday's message. You can listen to that on my Tom Schlueter, Dr. Tom Schlueter YouTube site under Kingdom Gate. But I have stressed many times on my Tom's Takes how important it is in this season to listen to him. Take that time to listen to him. Forge those moments in your day to listen to him. Put away all of your stuff. Put away your contraptions. Put away your phones. Put away all the distractions that can so many times overtake our day and sit quietly in his presence. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour. I don't think it makes much difference. The Lord is so pleased when his people desire just to sit and listen to him. But in this moment, as the Lord spoke to me, he said, "I'm about ready to release a fire upon the land, not to destroy, but to cleanse, purify, expose, to build up, to bring about transformation." Isaiah 65 verse 15 in the Passion Translation says, "Look, Yahweh is coming as a raging fire, and his chariots like a whirlwind to unleash his anger with fiery fury and with the fiery lightning of his rebuke." Now that sounds like destruction, but no, when God releases fire, it's like a consuming fire. It's like a burning bush fire. It comes and it will expose. It will judge. It will destroy false structures. It will burn away that which is useless. But he will bring forth life from that fire. Now, my good friend Lisa Windall, you've heard me mention her name before. She has written many of the decrees that have been put out through the Texas Apostolic Prayer Network. And she got a word from the Lord regarding a meeting that our leadership here in TXAPN will have this coming weekend in San Antonio. And interestingly, it is also about fire. I am transitioning the ecclesia from being wildfire starters to firestorm igniters. Your past positions have been wildfire starters. You've walked and operated in ember burnings. I am mantling you fresh and new as firestorm creators. The battle plans and the strategies used in previous season will no longer be effective. I am mantling you with greater authority, with greater precision, with sharpshooter tactics and weapons that will annihilate the enemy decisively and with great precision. The wildfires were as like shot put, igniting embers across the state. Those embers are now burning with such intensity that firestorms are being created by the decrees and the intercessory prayers of the ecclesia. The embers that were ignited by the ecclesia and scattered throughout the state and the nation are now being culminated into firestorms. The wildfires are as a single piece of charcoal that have been ignited. But when they are joined together in a pile, the synergy of the single embers come together to create a firestorm. As additional embers and flames are joined to the embers in the fire pit, the height, breadth, and depth of the flame is intensifying, creating a firestorm. Wow. Let me finish with these thoughts, because it's this movement of a firestorm that we will continue to see now in the days to come. Don't be surprised when on a daily or weekly basis, maybe a monthly basis, we will see news like the closing of that Planned Parenthood structure there in Houston. Why? Because there have been fire starters over these last many decades. People that have feverishly prayed and decreed God's promises and declarations, whether they be here in Texas, whether they be among our faithful intercessors that are a part of our birthplace region here in Texas or around the world. As those decrees and declarations were made, they were like fire starters. Fires got started. They got spread all over the land. You can almost see embers flying into the air and landing in different parts of the Houston area, Galveston area, or Austin, San Antonio, or out in El Paso, or Amarillo, or Lubbock, or Dallas, or wherever else around the state. But now all those embers, and not just those here in Texas, are gathered together, and they are creating a kingdom firestorm. And this fire will sweep across the nation. Again, not to hurt, not to destroy, but to purify and to cleanse and to expose. And yes, again, there will be the removal of all things that are not of God. They will be burned away. All the false structures of religion, all the false structures of politics, all the false structures of those things which man has put their life promise into. But God is bringing about a firestorm, and it's sweeping across the nation. It's bringing about a great awakening. And we will have more and more testimonies of those things which we thought were going to be the testimony of who we were going to be and what finally destroyed us as a nation coming down. Abortion will come to an end, as well as all other structures that venerate death over life. For God's kingdom is coming. His firestorm has been released. And it's all because of your faithful prayers and decrees. So keep it up. Remember, though, start with being quiet and listening to Him, and then decree what He has put in your mouth to release into the atmosphere. Blessings to all of you today. I'll be back with you again tomorrow.